Hi, welcome to Holistically Healthy. I'm Kara, and I'm a wife, a mom, a teacher, and a certified integrative holistic health coach. I own Holistically Yours Health and Wellness, and I have additional certifications in behavioral analysis, detoxification, and hormone health. I love all things health and fitness, but you won't find any fad diets or magic pills here. Join me as we achieve wellness that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Get ready to discover how eating healthy can be simple and delicious, and how making realistic, sustainable shifts will empower you to achieve all of your health goals. From creative ways to incorporate more whole foods into your diet, to finding joy in movement and practicing mindfulness, together we will navigate the confusing world of nutrition and empower you to take control of your health. And I'll be here to support you every step of the way. So grab your coffee, your laundry basket, or your car keys, and let's dive in. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about why weight loss is different after 40. Weight loss in your 40s is not the same as it was in your 20s or even in your 30s for a couple of reasons, right? Your hormones are shifting, your estrogen, your insulin, your cortisol, your thyroid, among other things. And those changes affect your cravings, your metabolism, your energy, your mood. It affects your entire body. I talk all the time about how your entire body is connected. Weight loss is included in that. It's actually the perfect example of how the changes that are occurring naturally in your body can affect your ability to maintain or lose weight. And a lot of people think like it's a willpower problem. They just can't do it. They don't have the willpower anymore. But it's not a willpower problem. It's more of a wiring problem. 90% of everything we do, how we eat, when we snack, how we cope with stress, it's driven by subconscious patterns and your subconscious habits. And I talk a lot about habit stacking for that reason, because habit stacking, and if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to it because it's a really good example of how habit stacking can help you change your habits in really sustainable ways, because you don't even realize it, but your patterns and your habits affect what you do on a subconscious level. Your brain is just doing what it's been trained to do. So if you feel like, I know what to do, I just don't do it, I want you to know you're not alone and you're not failing. It's just old wiring. It's why behavior change and mindset shifts are so important. And they're such an important part of all of my programs and all of the coaching that I do, because it can be changed. And, in my programs, we don't focus on just food or just exercise. We also focus on rewiring your brain, regulating your nervous system, and working with your biology and your changing hormones, because they're all interconnected. I also include a lot of education in my programs, because a lot of people just don't like to be told what to do, right? I want to know why I'm doing what you want me to do. And that's a very natural feeling to want to know why. Because when your brain understands why you're doing something, that's kind of when the magic happens. That's when your brain rewires itself. And that's what I teach you, because the teacher in me will never ask you to change something without helping you understand why we're changing it first. So I have a couple of different things I do with my clients who are 35 and older, especially in their 40s and 50s, because your body's just different at that point in time. The first thing we always work on is food, but we don't just focus on eating healthy food. We focus on balancing our blood sugar. And I feel like I say this till I'm blue in the face. And if you're somebody that's done my programs, or you're somebody that's been following me for a long time, you already know. I constantly talk about balancing your blood sugar. And that's one of the reasons, probably one of the biggest reasons, that women feel stuck, is because they're always riding that blood sugar roller coaster. And I can't begin to tell you how many of my clients come to me in their 40s and 50s, and they tell me that they're tired all the time, they're exhausted all the time, they have prediabetes, and that's something that they need to work on. And it's because your hormones are changing, but you're also riding that blood sugar roller coaster. So if you're skipping meals, if you're saving calories for later, if you're not getting enough sleep, you're going to naturally crave carbs and sugar. If your body's low on fuel, carbs are the fastest energy source that your body knows. So that is why your body's going to crave carbs. And that's kind of like when you hit fuck it mode, you overeat, you feel guilty, and the cycle just repeats. It happens to me, myself, a lot when I'm really tired. I need to stop and think, like, am I truly hungry or am I just completely exhausted? And I notice that when I'm completely exhausted, my body craves carbs. My body also craves sugar, like I'm reaching for the chocolate, because my hormones are out of whack, and that just that kind of fuels the blood sugar roller coaster, right? So you have to like put the brakes on for a second and think about why you're eating, and you have to make sure that you're eating in a way to balance your blood sugar. So you don't want to skip meals. You want to make sure that you're eating intentionally. And when you build your plate, you want to make sure that you have protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbs on there. And that one simple shift of having protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbs can dramatically reduce your cravings, which also dramatically can reduce your belly fat, and it can even affect your anxiety levels. So that's like a main thing that I teach in my programs or to all of my clients, because it has such a dramatic effect on your body. Another thing that we talk about, the second thing, is always your nervous system and your stress response. Because if your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode, your body is not going to want to release weight. It doesn't feel safe. And when your body doesn't feel safe, you're just not going to lose weight. It's not going to happen. When you try to change everything at once, when you try to cut your calories, when you try to add in workouts, when you try eliminating sugar, your body's like, what the hell is happening here? And it goes into panic mode. You think, oh, I'm doing all these healthy, wonderful things for my body, but your body begins to panic. It doesn't know what you're doing is healthy because you're changing too many things at once. And that is why we always focus on changing one thing at a time, or adding in one thing at a time. Because when this is happening, your body's going to hold on to fat, so you're not going to lose weight. Your cortisol is going to increase because your body's freaking out, and it's going to start to shut down, and it's going to hold on, like I said, hold on to fat. So there's no way for you to lose weight when you're in fight or flight mode constantly. So instead of revamping everything all at once, we always make little micro shifts that your body can still feel safe with. So that might look like adding in a 10-minute walk every day, and then you're slowly increasing your time. That may look like prioritizing protein at every meal until you hit your protein goals. It may look like stopping 2 to 3 times during the day just to take a couple deep breaths and remind yourself that you're safe. It may look like adding in magnesium-rich foods, right? Anything that's a small intentional add-in, a little bit at a time, will make your body feel safe. And these are small, but they're really powerful shifts that start to retrain your brain and regulate your stress response. And I always tell my clients that to change your habits, you have to change your brain. To change your brain, you have to get your nervous system under control. If your body's stuck in fight or flight, it's going to start to shut down, and you're not going to get anywhere. Another thing that we always work on is we talk about gut and hormone support, because your gut affects everything. A lot of people don't realize how much your gut affects everything else that happens in your body. It affects your cravings, your energy, your sleep, your mood, and again, your ability to lose weight. So when your gut is inflamed or your gut's off balance, your hormones can't regulate properly. And that means that you're not getting rid of weight, especially in your belly. You have more fatigue. You're having energy crashes. You're frustrated more often. You're tired more often. Your anxiety can increase when your gut is off balance. It affects so many different things, your immune system, everything. So what we do instead is we support the gut through simple nourishment. Again, nothing extreme. So you can support your gut by adding in a really good prebiotic, probiotic for a limited time. You can add in fermented foods. You can eat more fiber. You can swap out inflammatory oils for ones that are a little bit healthier. You can drink water with minerals and electrolytes. There's all different things that you can do to help your gut produce the good bacteria to help the rest of your body. One really great thing is making sure that you're eating 35 to 40 different plants every week. And I know that sounds like a lot, and I've spoken about that before. If that sounds like a lot to you and you're not eating a lot of plants, please don't go out and try to buy 40 different plants. You're going to lose your mind. You're never going to be able to eat them. But when you realize that little things like seeds, nuts, different colors, right? So if you're buying like a bag of baby carrots, maybe you reach for the rainbow bag instead of the orange ones, because the rainbow bag has orange, yellow, and purple carrots in it. So that's 3 different plants, right? Each color of, even if you're still eating carrots, each color counts as a different plant. So you add in just more variety of the plants that you're eating. That is really wonderful for supporting your gut health. And for when you do that slowly, it really helps your body to feel safe and helps you be able to regulate, your hormones regulate, and your body will start to begin to release, your body will begin to release the weight that you're holding on to, and your weight loss will begin to happen. So something else I want to also speak quickly about is self-sabotage, right? I think that we all struggle with self-sabotage. I know a lot of my clients do. A lot of people come to me and they say, I know what to do. Like, I know what to do, Kara. I know what I need to do. But for some reason, I just can't do it. And it's not totally their fault. Part of that is their subconscious. Your brain's rewired to repeat what it's familiar with. And if you're not familiar with working out every day or eating 40 different plants a week, or taking deep breaths a couple times a day to regulate your nervous system, you're just not going to automatically do it. Those are habits that you have to build. And that's why I include mindset and journaling prompts in every single one of my programs, because the journaling part, and it's so important. And I think it's the one thing that most people want to skip because they're like, I don't have time to sit down and journal. I don't want to write. When am I going to do this? This is ridiculous. Just tell me what to do so I can get it done. I don't want to talk about my feelings, right? But the journaling part is only like 5 minutes. And it's not just about like reflecting or talking about your feelings or anything like that. The journaling part really helps to rewire your brain. It allows you to slow down your thinking, and it helps you to identify subconscious patterns, and it helps you to create new ones. So I'm not giving you like a whole workbook to fill out. Like I said, my prompts usually take less than 5 minutes, and they're really designed to help you shift your identity in small, powerful ways, so that you can work on rewiring your subconscious. So now that you know all of that, and in your 20s and your 30s, maybe you were able to just add in some plants or just add in some more cardio or something like that, and you would drop weight quickly. After the age of 35, when you're entering that perimenopause, menopause state, your body's really changing and your hormones are really changing. And you need to be a little more strategic with what you're implementing in order to reach your goals. So I do have a few micro shifts that I'm going to give you that you can do starting today, starting right now if you want to, that will make your body feel safe and allow you to work towards your weight loss goals. So the first thing that I would recommend is to walk every day. Like, even when it's not easy, even when you're tired, even when you don't want to. Like I said, even just 10 minutes a day is better than nothing, especially walking, because movement calms your nervous system and supports fat loss. And walking is something that we can all do. You don't need any special equipment. 10 minutes a day. It's just a good way to get your body moving and your nervous system to feel safe. Another thing that you can do is prioritize protein, especially breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It helps to balance your blood sugar and reduce your cravings. And if you are balancing your entire plate, even better, because then you're not riding that blood sugar roller coaster. And never skip meals, right? Fuel your body so it doesn't panic. So it's not like, oh my God, where's my food? Give me the carbs, give me the sugar. Just have at least 3 like good meals a day. If you need snacks in there, have snacks, but don't skip your meals, because when you skip meals, your body goes into panic mode, whether you realize it or not. Like, have you ever noticed if you skip breakfast, or if you don't eat like a really balanced breakfast, you're more exhausted at 3 or 4 p.m.? You're looking for the sugar and the carbs at 3 or 4 p.m. It's because you're not setting yourself up for success from the second you wake up. So don't skip your meals. It has more to do with weight loss than you realize. Also, I'm going to give you a journal prompt if you would like to try one out. Like I said, doesn't need to be more than 5 minutes. Grab a pen and a piece of paper, and whatever you do with it, rip it up, throw it in the garbage, keep it. It's up to you. But your journal prompt that you could try is, what is one small shift that I can make today that feels safe and supportive to my body? And if you don't have paper, you can take out your phone and just write it down like in your phone notes. And that's how you begin to rewire your brain so that your body feels safe, one step at a time. So if these tips kind of resonated with you, if you're really looking to figure out how to balance your hormones or how to lose weight and you're 40 and older, I would love to help you. My Holistically Healthy program is a great program for this. I help you to calm your nervous system, rewire your habits, support your hormones, nourish your body in a way that works with your schedule and your life. And most importantly, is we always do it in a way that feels safe and sustainable for you. So I do have, I'm offering free discovery calls right now. If you want, you can click the link. I'll drop that in the show notes. You can click that to find out more. And as always, I love to hear your questions. If you have questions, you can reach out to me on my Instagram at Holistically Fit and Healthy. Let me know how you're doing, because I love to hear from all of you. And just remember, you're not broken. You are beautiful. You're doing the best that you can, and it is making a difference. I'm here for you every step of the way. Like I said, questions, comments, please send them my way. I love to hear from you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day today. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be doable. You've got this, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. If you found this helpful, share it with a mom friend who's ready to add a little more ease into their day. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and if this resonated with you, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a review. It will help other busy moms like you find my content. You can also follow me on Instagram at Holistically Fit and Healthy for more health and wellness tips. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.